Clerks 3. Oh yes, we finally got it. Now, before I get into this, I got to apologize real quick. As I said in the last video, I recently moved house and I don't have my high-tech equipment available, so this video is going to be very low quality. I'm also not going to get too deep into my thoughts with Clerks 3 because one day I do intend on doing an in-depth analysis of all of the films in Kevin Smith's Viewer's universe. I'll give some more detailed thoughts when I eventually do that, but for now, I'll keep my thoughts on Clerks 3 very quick and straight to the point. Now, in one of my earlier videos, I reviewed Jay and Silent Bob Reboot. I liked it more than most, but upon reflection, I think I was a bit too generous when I gave it a 7 out of 10. Still, I do like it a lot more than most people. And at the end of that video, I did state that I hoped Clerks 3 would be far better than Reboot. Well, I checked it out, and I would say it's slightly better than Reboot, but it did disappoint me in many ways as well. Clerks 3 begins and we catch up with Randall and Dante, both played by Jeff Anderson and Brian O'Halloran, and man, these guys still have it. I'm very surprised they haven't been in a lot more projects out there because their acting is fantastic. I'll talk more about this later, but some of the jokes were great. They pulled off these jokes very well, they had great timing, wonderful acting from them and everyone else who returns for their cameos. It just felt yet again like they're celebrating Kevin Smith's life and his career. The whole thing was screaming celebration to me. I thought it was charming. Watching Randall survive that heart attack was a lot more touching than I thought it was going to be, and then when he starts creating all the scenes from the first Clerks film in this meta-reference filled extravaganza, it was all fun for me. Sure, some of it did feel a little bit too forced, like, hey, remember this, remember this, remember this, but what can I say, some of the member berries tasted beautiful. I kept guzzling them down and I was having fun with it. And that's when the midpoint came, and for me, it was just cluttered. There was a load of meta jokes that just didn't work for me, and there was no real connective tissue between scenes. It was just joke after joke after joke and a load of nonsense. Plus the music, sweet Jesus, I don't know why Kevin Smith did this, but there's music playing in almost every scene in this film. I don't know why trap music and heavy metal music are just blaring in the background during normal conversations in shops. It just didn't fit with what was going on screen. But some of it does work. There are some seriously emotional parts in this film, and the acoustic music and the piano music all swailing in the background worked very well for me. And speaking of which, I'm not getting into any spoilers, but holy shit, the ending. This is some of the best writing Kevin Smith has ever done, and plus Brian O'Halloran and Jeff Anderson are just fantastic during the ending. I don't know why they haven't been in a lot more stuff because these guys could do a lot more than just be quirky and funny. They bring the feels, and at one point I seriously thought I was gonna cry. Kevin Smith, well done, that was great stuff. Still, when I take off the nostalgia goggles and puke out the member berries, there is a part of me that thinks the ending is a bit too open and maybe the journey didn't truly meet its conclusion. But still, Clerks 3 does have a brain in its head, and I'm so happy that Kevin Smith managed to get this out there. Nowhere near as good as the last two Clerks films, and it is one of the weaker films in the Viewer's universe for me, but I still do like it. I'm gonna give Clerks 3 a 6 out of 10. I may change my mind on that. As I said, one day I do intend on doing a big review of all of the films in the Viewer's universe, and I will revisit Clerks 3 again and I'll update my thoughts there. But for now, this is how I feel about Clerks 3. Thanks for watching, guys. Stay jiggy. The badger appreciates you.